Back home, a retirement home for nuns returning from missionary work in Africa has opened in Dublin. Members of the Missionary Sisters of the Holy Rosary decided to renovate their convent in RTE when they found they couldn't afford to live independently after returning from their missions abroad.
For decades, it was one of Ireland's best-known missionary congregations. Hundreds of nuns took their vows at Killeshandra Convent in County Cavan, with dreams of bringing education, healthcare and Christianity to the poorest women in Africa. The Missionary Sisters of the Holy Rosary opened their first school in Nigeria in 1928. Within 20 years, they'd established 11 convents, 100 schools and 3 hospitals. 55 years ago, Sister Mary Neville from County Cork followed in the footsteps of those early missionaries.
I taught science, I taught physics, chemistry, maths and religion, of course. But we also did many other things. I was also the bursar, looking after the games.
With her teaching days behind her, Sister Mary is one of 20 former missionaries moving into a new retirement home in Dublin. The Holy Sisters have no funds to help house the nuns returning from the missions, so the women took it on themselves to renovate their convent in RTE. They had been living in temporary accommodation supplied by other religious orders.
The house was rather difficult for us for living in, and stairways turning right and left and up and down and that sort of thing. So that's a wonderful relief to us. And the accommodation here is absolutely beautiful.
I don't think we've ever lived in anything like it in our lives, because on the missions, I remember sharing a room with, there was an orange box between the 2 beds and we were delighted to be there.
The convent is now large enough to house dozens of nuns, but for most of the sisters, Africa is still the place they like to call home. Sharon Gaffney, RTE News, Dublin.